Long before he was sworn in as the governor of Anambra State, Chief Willie Obiano knew that his administration would not make any reasonable impact if he failed to fix the decades-old insecurity challenges of the state. So, he rolled up his sleeves and went to work. He made history barely 3 weeks in office when he became the first governor in Nigeria to convene an international security conference. He followed the international conference with a regional security conference which attracted the 5 states of the southeast plus Delta State. His decision to host a regional security conference came from his belief that insecurity is not a challenge that should be tackled in isolation, but as an economic bloc.
He invited these key neighboring states to come in and be part of it, because if we take it off from Anambra State, it cannot be sustained if other states that neighbor with Anambra State do not have the same architecture in place. And other states, keyed in into that. And that was when we started feeling the impact of good governance in Anambra State.
As it turned out, his handling of security has become a landmark response to the challenges of insecurity in Nigeria and beyond, while his security architecture has become the most critically acclaimed security manual in West and Central Africa.
Leadership is addressing the most confronting reality of a place, country, state, province, community, family that you are leading. What distinguishes Anambra State is that public safety was defined by Obiano in 2014 as not a fleeting technical crisis, but an adaptive challenge that requires an adaptive capacity to design adaptive framework. Conventional and the modus operandi of funding it, non-conventional modus operandi of funding it, that the entire operational nodes now renegotiated and redefined their loyalties, and all of them funded for that purpose. And that is why there is a result, because that was at the root of Governor Obiano's tangent to creating genuine stability, genuine economic prosperity.
As would be expected, he has won an avalanche of awards and commendations. The most prominent of these is Nigeria's Best Governor in Supporting Security Architecture, conferred on him by the Nigeria Police Force. The second one is the Security Icon in Governance in West and Central Africa, conferred on him by the group known as Security Watch Africa.
Before Willie Obiano, traditional wedding, that is tradition, have been celebrated in Lagos. Some people even celebrate it abroad because of insecurity. Then, people like us, we are moving with about 4 heroes. We all know this. It's not about politics. I'm saying this on what he did in Anambra State. I'm not saying it because he's my friend. Of course, I can't deny him that he's my friend. I know him before he became governor of Anambra State. I know the human being, what he can do. It's not based on politics. It's based on what I know. So in the terms of security, which I now happen to be the chairman of Security Trust Fund today, I also know his contribution to create it, because he wants, after his administration, the security management will continue and live after his administration. That is a very good thinking.
The direct result of being the nation's safest state is that for the first time in its entire history, the National Bureau of Statistics reports that Anambra State attracted foreign investments valued at $10.2 million, and New Anambra has indeed begun.
Improvement in security brought businesses back to the society in different forms. People came here to establish businesses, people came here to buy and sell, and even people that come here and do their social functions created more business, because of course they would need things that necessary for them to achieve that goal of doing their social function. If it's not hiring chairs, buying drinks, food, caterers and all that. So that has really improved.
The governor inherited, I would say, about a 3.2 trillion naira economy in 2014. So he came in March, but by the end of 2014, I believe the the GDP of the state was roughly around 3.4 trillion naira. He was able to grow that to about 3.7 trillion. Also was able to move that between 2015 and 2016 to about 3.8 trillion. And that is usually, that period was when we had $25 oil prices, was when we had the recession as which was formalized in August of 2016, I believe. But Anambra was still able to grow minimally, but the economy did not go into recession. So the question is how is this economy growing on maybe a 150 billion naira budget? I guess that's many economists would ask that question. Because the state's budget is 1.5 billion, about 150 billion naira, 120 billion naira. Budget implementation is somewhere around 80%. But in some of those years, we are growing 300, 400, 500 billion growth. I guess that's where you have to look at the multiplier effect and impact of the security agenda of the government.